Alright guys, about a week ago, the last Sunday of April 2014, me and a bunch of the crew finally all got together. 2 or 3 people kind of missing, but you know, what can you do? I love to have been in there. We went and got our book signed by Garth Ennis. It was in a comic book shop in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and you had to buy a $5 book that was being published by Aftershock Comics. And you got to go in and talk to Garth, and we had a blast, man. He is really a nice guy, down to earth, had a sense of humor, willing to talk. Just awesome. Just not what if you read Garth Ennis stuff like Hellblazer, Preacher, Punisher, Crossed, especially Rubber Red Charlie. He's wrote some really twisted stuff. Yet he's also capable of writing some very sweet stuff at the same time, which you can see in Rubber Red Charlie about 3 dogs. When all the humans have gone crazy and you never get an answer why, and they're all killing each other and everything that's around them, these dogs are just trying to survive and get to the West Coast. And you know what Preacher is, surely it's going to be a TV show and the Word of God, and they're chasing down God, wanting him to explain why he's abandoned his throne, and you got just twisted stuff in there. So we got some stuff signed by him, but a lot of this stuff is signed on the inside. I got 2 or 3 things I'll show the signatures inside, but really don't like getting my comics signed on the cover anymore at all, right? But anyway, I got him to sign The Boys, #1. Hopefully that'll be an HBO TV show. A couple people have, read this. I recommend it. I've always pushed this book and collected it from day one. Just a great, great book. Big shout out to Jeff Johnson. I want to send him the signed copy of this. He gave me a shout out in one of his videos where he picked up the first trade. All right, and then this one, it's raining out here. Some of the stuff's getting wet, which is all right. But this is the hardcover of Just a Pilgrim. This came out through Black Bull Comics back in the day when Wizard Comics was doing a published line, and Dynamite picked it up, took both trades, put them in a hardback. Post-apocalyptic stuff, just a great read. At least the first 4 issues were. The second trade, hit or miss. But he signed that for me. This is Daring Eagles. I didn't have him sign this. This is an exclusive cover to that comic book shop. But this is a book, a real life book, a book about the real story of the Daring Eagles, the 1st Black Regiment Air Force, battalion or whatever in World War II. This is #3. He was customizing these for everybody, really personalizing them and stuff. I didn't have him sign mine. Okay, then I got him to sign both issues. I think 1 issue of this. This is I got 2 copies of The Demon here, and it's this is from the Bloodlines storyline. I went through all the DC annuals back in '93. This is the first appearance of Hitman, one of my favorite books and characters that he does. And I got him to sign that one on the cover. By the time we got down to all the books he was signing for me, I just said sign it on the cover, man, because I'll never give that away. All right, then I got him to sign my Preacher trades. Back in the 90s, I followed Preacher there because it was a Vertigo book and it was a good read, but I hit this thing where the religious aspect of it, finding out that Garth Ennis was atheist, I had a problem giving him my money because a man who was atheist didn't mind writing about religion and really taking it places I've never seen before. I sold the books and the trades, and I chilled out and I went back to it. Great book. Thank you for signing it. Since it's here, where did he sign this? Yeah. Signed it right down there, right here where my finger is. He's got a big scribble there. I got him signed my Boys Trade #1 on the inside. I have I have almost a complete set of the issues, but I get the trades just so I can read them. 210. All right, and then Into the End of the World. This is Volume 2, The Preacher. This is the book that brought me back to Preacher. It was really the book that it's one of the top 20 comic book stories ever written, in my opinion, man. This is one of the books I would give somebody to hook them into comics. It's brutal and it's sweet at the same time. I mean, it's really a contradiction, okay? And then the book that a lot of people, not a lot of people, but a couple of people that saw this inside when I was walking around waiting for all my friends to finish talking to Garth that I really liked, was Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe, man. It was so freaking awesome. This was the first Garth Ennis book I got in the early 90s. And what is great about this book is Punisher really does kill all the Marvel heroes, but he does it in a way that, like, I remember me and my buddies sitting around on the bus saying, here's how you kill somebody. My favorite death scene, he gets all the mutants on the moon, the Punisher does, drops an atomic bomb on him. It's like, one last final battle. Then I got him sign my Punisher, the Maxed book there. And it was really a good time. It was really a good time. We had all the friends together and things like that. But if you go to my Twitter account, at Howlermouse, and you scroll down, I didn't use my Twitter that much. There's a 17-second conversation I was having with Garth Ennis. And right in the middle of it, their social media person jumped on there and recorded about 17 seconds of me and him talking. Because what happened was Red Rover Charlie that I mentioned before, my buddy, I love that book, and my buddy Tim Anderson, you know, he started out picking on me, but he picked up on something. He was saying that's probably a prequel to Cross, all the people going crazy, and I'm like, no, don't drag my dogs into that book, because that book is freaking brutal in ways that people who have Playboys in their closets will now bring them out and be like, hey man, I read Playboy, because they don't want anybody to know that they read Cross anymore. It's that brutal, you know. But he said that it was a prequel, so we asked Garth Ennis about it. I asked him, and he said, no, and I turned around and I'm like, ha, to my friend, and I'm bouncing around. It's in the Twitter video. But Garth Ennis did start going on saying that he thought about making a prequel, and he's getting ready to tell the story, and I didn't want my book ruined in my mind. I heard what I wanted to hear, and I was like, I cut Garth Ennis off. My friend said I wasn't a dick about it, but they could kind of tell. I was like, oh, okay, that's enough, Garth. Hey, I appreciate it. I got my answers. So I cut Garth Ennis off. Yeah, there you go. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of the cemetery. It's starting to rain here, and catch you guys later.